Hi there, hope you're doing okay. It's been a few weeks since we've uploaded a video. It's not really been much to say because we're still kind of locked down. We say kind of because things have changed a bit, and I think although technically we're sort of still supposed to be careful, it's kind of a bit more up to common sense now.
We're kind of where we were before the lockdown officially started, I think sometime in late March.
Yeah. So some schools have gone back this week, primary schools. Some secondary schools will be going back on the 15th of June. George won't be going back. Partly because he's not in one of the year groups that will be going back. He's in year 11. And I think they're looking at year 10 and year 12 going back first. And partly because I don't think he'd manage very well with it. With all the things they need to put into place to keep schools safe, to enable social distancing, he's not going to know what time he's starting school, what time he's finishing, what days he's going, and how many hours he's going to be there. He can't take his own bag, he can't take his own pencil case, he'd have to take a packed lunch.
And even if he did know the days, he knows the days for them. I think that the more people that choose to go back, or if less people choose to go back, then it's going to constantly change as we go along.
And for a child, or young adult as he is now, that doesn't cope well with change, it's not the way to go.
No.
So even if year 11 was allowed to go back, or year 11 was in the group that was going back, George wouldn't be going back.
No, if George, he's done really well with his schoolwork here at home. I think that all of us have kind of fallen into a certain routine, and it's one that we can work with.
So we're all still at home. Yay! Boo!
Well, it depends on how you look at being at home, and really, for me personally, I think it depends on the day. There are some days, you know what? There's tons of things to do. I have rekindled since the lockdown. I have rekindled my love of radio from the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Yes, we know it all too well.
Well,
so John has been listening to this stuff before he goes to sleep at night, and I've been woken up to the sounds of John sleep talking and reenacting various things from these old radio shows. So we've had old radio adverts, we've had him commentating old sports games, and doing play your cards right, or whatever it is they call it in the States. What was it they call it? Higher or lower or something?
I don't know if that's what they call it in the States, but...
Well, that's what you call it in your sleep talk. But over here, when it was on the TV, it was play your cards right.
Yes.
So we've had him hosting that as well. And then I wonder why I wake up tired in the morning.
And the thing is, I didn't believe it because one morning, I think it was, you were in absolute hysterics, and I just did not see what was so funny. And then you explained that I couldn't have did that. So to prove that this is what I do, you got video of it.
Oh yeah, I recorded it. And I had you waking up in the morning going, I had the strangest dream, and was it about Johnson's Ballpark hot dogs perchance? Yes, how did you know? Because you were doing an advert for them.
What's really funny is my birthday was quite recent, and one of the cards I got was a picture of a hot dog holding a microphone.
And singing a song when you press the part of the card to make it sing, one of the singing cards.
Well, which in itself is fun because you and George know the button is to press it, and I just sit with the card. Come on, work,
Yeah.
work, and then I just get frustrated. So you know what? Okay, don't sing then. I don't care. At least you and George know how to make it sing. I don't.
Yeah, and we know which part of the card to avoid.
One day I will learn how this works.
Okay. Hopefully not anytime soon.
Well, you know what? That might be a good idea because then I'll be singing. Enjoy your day with relish. That's what it says at the end.
Yes. So we've been trying to find a bit of fun in things that we do. I went shopping yesterday and it was quite funny. All the cars had been parked. So they parked a car, there was a space, parked a car, there was a space. So it looked like all the cars were socially isolating, which I thought was really funny. Socially isolating cars.
Even the cars social distance themselves now. So,
Social distance, yes, sorry, I got the word wrong.
You have to wonder that if they were to do another Cars film, if that would be a scene that you'd have Lightning and Mater social distancing and talking with each other.
I don't know, possibly.
Well, maybe that... Was there a Cars 3?
I don't remember.
Let's see, you had Cars 2, and I don't remember if that's where they went to race somewhere else that wasn't rated. Well, in the next Cars film, that would be one of the scenes. So Disney, if you're watching, you're welcome.
Okay. Or Pixar, is it?
Yeah, but I think Pixar is owned by Disney.
Okay.
It would be Pixar, but to me it's Disney because they own a bajillion franchises now.
Oh, okay. So what else have we been doing?
What else have we been doing? If you've been doing really, really well with your French.
Well, yes, I'm still working on my French, refreshing my schoolgirl French and actually moving on from that now and doing more advanced stuff.
And you're doing really, really well. A couple of days ago, I decided I was going to try to join in and learn, and that didn't go so well.
Yes, I suggested that maybe he looked at some children's stories because the language is simpler in French. So John decided to watch Sesame Street and said, I'm watching Sesame Street in French.
And keep in mind, I was doing this for 2, 3, maybe more hours. And there's this one thing I stumbled across. It was great because it had Ernie and the Cookie Monster. They're doing their thing. Part of it in English. Cookie knocks on the door and says, "Oh, me want a cookie." And Ernie says, "Oh, I didn't know you were coming over. If so, whatever Ernie says." And then out of nowhere, it breaks into song. I thought, I wonder what the song says. That's okay. Sue's been doing French for so long. I'm going to send it to Sue and she can tell me what it says. Well,
he sent it to me and I said to him, I understand the English parts, but I don't understand the bits that are in Hebrew. It wasn't French Sesame Street, it was Hebrew Sesame Street.
So watching 3 or 4 hours of what I thought, and the problem was there were so many hints that I was watching, that I wasn't watching French Sesame Street.
Ah, well.
I mean, Shalom Sesame Street, they were talking about Passover and Hanukkah, which I have to say was really interesting. I learned quite a lot from that. Because they had Shalom Sesame was a show, I think, that aired in Jerusalem. But they brought the program to the States for a while, and they had these video cassettes that were released. And someone posted them on YouTube, and I had watched and thought, oh, this is really interesting. So there's quite a bit that I learned there, but For some reason, I just thought that was French, and it was not. So, and the worst bit of all of it is I got this silly song that's been going through my head for the past week or so, and the tune is do 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 do, and I have no clue what the words are, so I'm just humming the song, having no clue what the words are. So if anyone knows Hebrew, feel free to comment, and then I'll send, and then I can post the video link to you, and you can translate what it says. So at least if I'm humming the word, I can sing the song in English.
Ah, there you go.
Sue, because Sue's doing brilliant with her French, but she just does not want to tell me what it says in Hebrew. Although I have to say, I'm quite interested in learning it now, though, and just from the standpoint, just so I can know what that song says.
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's all the different language apps. If any of them teach Hebrew, I think that's I think that's my new goal. Don't want to learn French. I want to learn Hebrew.
Right, okay. Well, on that note, I hope you're all staying safe. Hope you're all doing well. Please like this video if you think that we're not completely bonkers and lost the plot.
And if you understand...
And if you do think that we're completely bonkers and lost the plot, we'd appreciate it if you liked it anyway. And if you don't already, please hit that subscribe button. We'd really, really appreciate it. And we shall see you next time. Bye.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, that's hello.
Oh,
Au revoir.